I got the possibility to connect the dots: sustainability, automobile businesses, and fashion.
Yeah.
And in the middle of these three circles is Peralta Clothing. I'm trying to get the best of the three worlds and putting it together with the style, because I say we are saving the planet, but with style.
Hi, and welcome to Helping People Perform, the podcast that gives you fascinating insights into those people whose chosen vocation is to help others perform at their best. From consultants to teachers, sports coaches to financial advisors, all of my guests share a passion for getting the most out of individuals, teams, and organisations. Enjoy the episode. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Helping People Perform. Got an amazing guest, someone who I've been on a couple of things with recently, and such an inspirational and fantastic guy. We've got all the way from Frankfurt, Germany. We have sustainability and fashion trailblazer. With us today on the show, we've got founder at Peralta Clothing. Welcome to the show, Frank Peralta.
Oh, Paul, thank you so much for the invitation. This is a big honor to be here with you and trying to explain what we are doing right now. Thank you so much.
No, fantastic stuff. Really looking forward to this. And let's kick it off at the very beginning. We'll give a big shout out to Jens Heitland for the introduction here, a common denominator in many of our connections. So a big shout out to Jens. But without blowing smoke up Jens asked too much, let's focus on you. What got you to where you are today, Frank? What's your backstory?
Yeah, okay, so I am from profession mechanical design engineer. I was working a lot of years for the automotive industry, working for the big five, plus aeronautics in the past. And over there, working time ago, I saw how the industry trash a lot of high quality material,
Right.
exactly high quality leather from the automotive interiors. Used by supercars, used by the segment, for the premium segment, and for the customization of the ultra expensive cars. I saw that in the past, and in the year 2020, after the pandemics and all the stuff, the company where I was working for closed all the department, and then we were invited to go to the street. So go, and I was thinking, what can I do now with my knowledge? And at this time, I got noticed that I became a father, né?
Yeah.
And poof, all these new news in my head, they were pressuring me to go through my experience and to remember what can I do to be linked to the automotive industry, because that is in my background. And I got the idea, okay, I remember the leather in the past, the leather were trashed to the incinerator or to the landfill. And then I start personally to ask my ex-colleagues how to find the material in a proper way. In a proper way means by tons. I started to call some ex-colleagues. Okay, I'm looking for that. And I got a contact in the upholstery industry. I remember to start to talk with him. And he told me, oh, Mr. Peralta, that is not possible because we need to fulfill a lot of instructions and anything. It was like bureaucratic misunderstanding, I want to say that.
Right.
And I told him, I remember to tell him, okay, maybe you can donate me a couple of kilos of the material. And so is the beginning of the Peralta Clothing, with a donation of 100 kilos of high quality material from the automotive industry with the best cars. The cars with the horse, with the four rings, with the bull. You can name almost the big brands. And I started to do some prototyping, like sewing stuff, cutting, putting together with a sewing machine who belongs to my mother at that time. That was the official beginning of the Peralta Clothing.
Yeah.
With this prototype, I remember to get an invitation to an incubator program.
Okay.
And I went over there, I presented the project. Okay, Mr. Peralta, what are you doing? And I remember to say, we are a sustainable fashion company. What do you mean by fashion company? So we save high quality material from the automotive industry, and we can provide design, produce, and provide this kind of jersey. It was a soft jacket.
Yep.
And the people was, I remember to see the people saying, wow, that is really interesting. It was my first contact with some interested people in my project. I went through the program. The program came to the end, and then I was alone again in the project. No? But over there, I did a lot of interesting contacts from Colombia, like me. And from the very, very beginning, they were helping me, because I remember to be with Lupita Clavijo. She is an environmental engineer, and she was doing a master in circular economy.
Right.
And we were together speaking about the leather, how to improve the access to the leather in big quantities.
Right.
We face a lot of challenges, lot, because logistics, maybe with the customs, maybe with the hard chemicals of the material. But at the end of the day, we got a mini traction inside the ecosystem. And after that, we went to another incubator with the same program, with a better pitch deck, with a better preparation, because I don't have any entrepreneurial skills or experience, because I was sitting in an office 8 hours per day during years, getting a lot of knowledge, but I never faced to go outside our office to sell or to present a project. And in the incubator program, we got a lot of support. Right. Pitching, pitch deck, how to prepare the pitch deck, what is the night timing, how to prepare mission, vision, business model, go to market, product market fit. It was for me amazing, because all this knowledge about the startups, how to go, how to ask for an investment, the mentors at that time, they were amazing, because I remember the director of the program, they came from Silicon Valley.
Right.
She was working over there years. She was founding some a startup for mobile phones, and she was like a bright mind.
Right.
We got a lot from here. And that is the first step of the Peralta Clothing.
Oh, fantastic. And I mean, because I've seen some of your stuff. I've seen your stuff on Instagram. I've seen the fashion side of what you do, you know, and you're very, very bold and unique in those bits. And I love the stuff that you do in there. But I've got a couple of questions. One, to delve back a little bit. When you were in the automotive industry, how close were you? Was fashion a part of what you were doing in there? Were you close to the leather usage, or was that what was your role in that automotive industry typically, and to put you in contact?
I am a mechanical design engineer. We were doing 3D parts in Katia, in Siemens NX. It was my main task, to do tailor-made parts for the automotive industry, because I remember to be inside, and in our unit, we were doing fasteners. At that time, we were doing metal fasteners and plastic fasteners. And that contact with the industry gave me the possibility to see the interior of the car, because we need to develop the clips to fix the door panels, to fit the consoles, to fit the hand grips. Anything inside the car need to be fixed
Yeah.
And we were the unit who in charge to develop all these kind of fasteners for the customers as well, working for the big three in Germany,
Yeah.
And for the American companies as well.
Oh.
We did almost anything from brake tubes till fastener for the console, for the door panels, even for the windshield. We were doing amazing products for the automotive industry. So I remember to have a patent with my name for the automotive industry, and all this kind of stuff is in the German patent office with a registration. And we did a very professional work as an engineering team.
Right. Yeah.
That's my close to the fashion, not directly from the automotive, but from my side, because I love to see or to have a nice look.
Right.
And the fashion is in me.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. And I think that ability to connect like the technical expertise and the mechanical design element with a passion of yours, I think that is a wonderful thing. I saw a couple of examples of people who had similar focus when I was working at McLaren, and I've seen that other side, which is the high quality materials. And yeah, when you in that level, in that sort of specialization, and the specialization office or whatever it is that you call there, where someone is ordered a specific part and maybe they want a specific type of leather in a certain color, the quality is first and foremost, and then the wastage level is almost like McLaren, I think, are quite good at this, but I can see how in a lot of other industries it's almost like it doesn't matter how much waste there is as long as the product's right. And I think that the ability to have as you mentioned, the circular element of you're not stopping that from happening, but what you're doing is saying the waste from that can be someone else's starting point to make something even, something else, something completely different. I love what you're doing in that space. So, yeah.
That is now my mission, not to take the leftover of the industry, these high quality leftovers coming from a masterpiece, and from this masterpiece to have the possibility to create another one, another masterpiece with that leftover. And I saw the stuff with passion, because every new project is a challenge, and a challenge give me the life. No, this push. No, how can I improve? How can I improve the stuff I did yesterday?
Yeah.
Or how can we do a utility model? How to improve the stuff you did in the past for the products for tomorrow? And connecting this amazing stuff with amazing products for amazing people, I see over there a triple win. Because you are saving the material, you are creating the material, and you are providing something amazing for amazing people. And that for me is a match.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. And the other thing that I've noted down, and I know this from previous conversations, you made that move from employed into the entrepreneurial world. I think was it a similar time when you became a father and you went into started to make that move. I mean, that's a bold move at any time in your life. What were the challenges and the things that firstly had stopped you from doing that beforehand, and what made you do it at that particular point?
So I remember in the past the commodity to have the salary at the end of the month.
Yeah,
it was for me perfect. But now you don't know what can happen in the future, and you need to secure some stuff. But the process to be involved and the power of knowing what can happen in the future is amazing for me. I know that I have to protect my family, But in the other hand, I see if I don't risk that now, I never risk in the future.
Yeah.
It is a balance, né? And it's a big risk as well. So to be an entrepreneur, you need to have a steel in your veins because sometimes you need to be really cold to take some decisions, and you need to live with the consequences as well. No, it can be okay. It can be okay, but if you don't try, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And of course, we need to have some security for the family, but no risk, no fun. No?
I love that.
No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No, and the other question I did for myself every time is, what are you able to risk right now to win that in the future?
Right. Yeah.
And the velocity of taking decisions is another ability you need to refine, because the world is too fast, and now with all the AI and all the stuff with the computers, you avoid to take human decisions.
Yeah.
Because you are getting the decisions to the machine, but the machine,
yeah,
what can know the machine about life?
Yeah, exactly. They've yet to find one that can connect with people and what truly adds the value to them and hits them where it really hurts, really feels, should we say, not necessarily hurts, but I sort of feel for you and empathize from because I've always been employed, and I made the move into the entrepreneurial world, and it's a big risk. But I think if you can get your mind around the risk, it's the risk and the potential benefit. And I think a lot of the time, a lot of my when I was growing up, it was a lot on you have to have a salary, because if you don't have a salary, it's the short term piece. And yes, that's true. You've got to have stability, but you've also got to have a longer term view. You've got to be able to use that motivation to go, actually, the scarcity or the scariness of, if I don't do this thing now and if I don't make this a success, then it can either drown me or it can be the thing that floats me up and takes me above and beyond. So yeah, you can see that attitude coming through in you as well, Frank. It's brilliant.
Even I say to myself sometimes, the risk is an asset as well. I say the risk is an asset. The asset is not a material stuff. It can be a feeling. It can be a premonition. It can be anything you want to think. It can be the asset.
Yeah.
No risk. The risk is an asset, as if you don't risk, you can get this lesson or this business you wanted to close or reach that person you wanted to speak with. In my case, to speak with the big automakers is always a risk.
Yeah.
And I know that I have the no 100%, but if I don't try, I never know. And today, to reach the people is different, because the LinkedIn, or you can go to the internet, ask for the address of some automakers. You can send a letter, a physical letter, because it works. Today, it works as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that personal connection. I think that ability to reach out and to, if you do it in the right way, if you do it in a surprising way, and in a way that adds value to people, it's always going to hit home. So, wonderful. So let me ask a slight bit of a different question around what keeps you at your best. What do you do to make sure that you are at your sharpest, both in terms of being an entrepreneur and maybe the fashion side as well? What inspires you to be bringing new things to your business?
For me, a big competition now is the AI, right? And I want to create products for real people, because clothing is some of these three fundamental stuff we have as a person, no, as a human being, is the protection against the weather, eating and sleeping. Right. We have these three basic stuff. We can go ahead because I see the AI is a big tool, and you use the tool to help another humans, not to compete against. And I see every day that the chat GPT is reaching that, is doing that for you easier. But no one is speaking about how to protect the humanity from the weather, from the footprint. You can put to the chat GPT, please explain me that. Okay, you get the explanation, but who is gonna do that?
Right.
Human to human, human to human, because the machine can be cold, but she is not gonna dead from colding, né?
Yeah.
Or it can be too hot, and then you can put a ventilator or something like that. But the human body is another entity, and that is for me the big challenge. Now, how to compete against this AI programmed by another human who is in his house or everywhere, but this person needs food, clothing, and protection.
Right.
And they are basic things. They are basic things. And for this reason, I choose the clothing because I love clothing, I love fashion, and then I got the possibility to connect the dots: sustainability, automobile businesses, and fashion.
Yeah.
And in the middle of these three circles is Peralta Clothing. I'm trying to get the best of the three worlds and putting it together with the style, because I say we are saving the planet, but with style.
Yeah, doing it in style. That's love it. Oh, fantastic. And so let's find out a bit more about Peralta Clothing. What sort of scale are you at the moment? I mean, are you doing individual pieces for people? Do you do a range of things that are off the shelf that people can go and buy, or how, what sort of scale are things at the moment?
Now we are doing no limited edition from any product we have now as pieces of cloth. But parallel to that, we are providing high quality patterns for companies who produce with leather, small leather goods.
Right.
In the future, my dream, I want to say, this is my wish, my dream, is to provide the patterns for the big shoemakers in Germany. Okay. They are two here, and for the big one in the US. But now we are far away, but this is my target, no? Before reaching that target, we need to create traction. And for create traction, we are working now with some designers in Germany, in Spain, and in the US. And now we have 3 collaborations with 2 designers in Austria, and the other one is in Spain. For this show, we want to prepare next year, parallel to the Berlin Fashion Week.
Okay.
And now I am contacting automakers as well, because I need the support of them, because the material is coming from the industry. Yeah. If the industry don't want to participate, that's gonna be really complex to create the traction I want to create, because it's not only produce amazing cars, it's producing amazing products with your leftovers. And that is my task, right, to propose what to do with this material.
Fantastic. And that area of collaboration where you can, as you say, you're doing something with the waste from their process that's creating value and something beautiful and stylish for people. But in that process as well, you're also helping those organizations, aren't you, in terms of if they've got to focus on sustainability, if they want to do something different that isn't just throwing things in the bin, then you're an outlet for that. You're a mechanism to say, here's something you can do to make your whole process aiming towards waste free. At least it's certainly in that space now. I love that.
Waste free and effective cost, because they need to pay for the waste management. And that is another advantage we can provide them. They are saving costs at the end of the process. Okay. Because that is another stuff. No, when I started the investigation, I was asking, okay, how much do you pay off? Do you pay, or do you do the waste management for free? No, this is a process, and they must pay for that. It's not for free. And for me, it was a big challenge how to provide value to them with his own material, because now we buy the material. We are buying the material, and our target is to get not the material for free, but to create collaborations.
Right.
Collaboration is the word here right now, because we think we are in the good way, but this is some moral stuff. We can get money for that right now.
Yeah.
Now, because we are building the basics for the future. In the future, that's gonna be different. And now it's a collaboration stuff, but in the future, we want to start to speak about cost saving, logistics, storage. There is a lot of hidden cost in the process.
Yeah, definitely. And as you say, I mean, I can see this sort of inspiring other areas as well. You know, if you're looking at just the leather, for instance, then there's all sorts of other materials, all sorts of other things that also need to be processed and gotten rid of. You know, who's to say this isn't inspiring the next generation of someone who's looking at maybe the plastics or the carbon fiber or something else that's being made that sometimes just gets scrapped or has to be dealt with off the back of that. You know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I think this is a prime example.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And now for our pieces, we are using high quality leather, and we are using as well the fabrics, the tartan stuff.
Yeah.
And we are doing now amazing things with amazing materials. I remember to call them, they are super materials, because they have the best quality you can get in the market. This is the top of the top.
Superb. And so if you could help any particular organization or team or even an individual, you know, who would you want your services, your expertise to be helping if you had the opportunity? You've already mentioned maybe the shoe manufacturers. Are there any other people in mind that, you know, you'd love to be able to work with them and help out?
Okay, there's a good and amazing question. Thank you for asking me. We want to help the women. They are in exclusion risk. All these women, they have social problems, people who went to jail in the past, and they need to have a second chance.
Right.
And when we grow, we want that these people can be our designers, our people for the sewing machine, to try to give them the opportunity to come back to the society and to do amazing work, amazing stuff with our products. I got the idea from the automotive industry, because they say one man, one motor, something like that, no? Right. If some lady did a card holder for you, putting maybe a QR code here, this piece was made by this lady in that country, or maybe here in Germany. Another good thing we wanted to do is to show the people to sew, because if the people know how to sew, they can reduce waste, they can do a clothing personalization. And for me, it's really important that the people can sew. That's for me really important, because can avoid the monopoly of big factories doing massive production for people who don't want to buy the stuff.
Right.
And if the people have the ability to do a self-made suit or pants or trousers or t-shirt, that's going to be amazing, because we are appealing to the hyper personalization of the individuals.
Right.
Show to the kids, or going to do some workshop for the kids to do key holders,
Okay.
or mini stuff, mini wallets, something like that. Now we are with the leftover, we are doing this kind of they are card holders, mini wallets, and you can put inside until 21 cards, plastic cards. And this is an easy model, and this is really practical because it was a leftover from the automotive industry. We are doing now computer cases, bags for the cell phone, key holders. There's a lot of a bunch of small leather goods that we can approach right now. And if we can provide this knowledge to young people, to women, or people who need a second chance, we see over a path to give back some stuff we got from other persons, because this is like a cooperation circle. You can get the knowledge, and you can get the knowledge without sharing it. That is the other stuff. No, you need to share your knowledge. Doing the community growth, that is the other stuff. No, without community, we don't have any project. If we don't have any project, we don't have any challenge. If we don't have any challenge, we have nothing. We need to keep that in mind, because the challenge is the spark plug.
Right.
We need to do an evolution.
Oh, mate, there's some fantastic stuff coming through, and I think that element that you've got of focusing not only on the product, not only on the waste, but you're also bringing in who's making this stuff? How can we help another group of people? I love the hyper personalization piece, because I think in general that is a way that a lot of things are going these days, and rightly so. And one of the things that came to my mind was actually, growing up sort of in the 80s as I did, a lot of the in the UK it was like mass food to begin with, and almost like the fast food and the eat ready meals and things like that. And now we're focusing back more and saying individuals having the skills to just make your own food, for instance. That is a great skill to have in life. You can do all sorts of other stuff on the side, but if you can also make food for yourself, for your family, and I think this is if you can also make clothing, or if you can also make products for yourself, so that you're reducing the reliance on others, whilst also getting something that's right for you. I think it's a wonderful approach to the whole piece, really, and it is so circular. It's lovely.
Yeah, this is a big challenge, because if you go to the past, when we were nothing, when we were in the caves, we have the ability to do almost anything. But now with the tech is able to do a lot for you, and you don't remember how to do the stuff. I say we are doers, no? Doers. We need to do some stuff to survive, because at the end of the day, it's survive stuff. The machine is going to survive in the future, the contamination, the air pollution, the water contamination, the field contamination, because the machine don't need any air, any water, or any food, potato like that. No, you can see here the Skynet, walking with the robots. That's going to be the future if we don't if we don't take care about the environmental stuff. The children, there is a lot of people who is behind us, and we need to protect the future for that people, and to transmit the knowledge, and to show them that we are able to do big things if we are together. If we find a separation from human to human, over there we have a big problem.
Yeah. Oh, I love it, man. I'm sure we could talk for hours on this thing alone, but I've got another question around if you could sit down and have a drink, have a coffee, have a meal with somebody who could inspire you to be at your best or to up your game and perform even better, who would you want that to be?
Oh, I have two names in my mind. The first one is the Dieter Rams.
Right.
And the second one is the Warren Buffett.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe Will Smith as well, or Denzel Washington, or Kevin Costner, or even Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, there are people, or the big Michael Jordan, because in the past I used to play basketball, and I love Mike, and I love his mindset. And he says always, I saw that in my mind 10,000 times, and the day where the stuff happened, I know what to do. Right. And this kind of visualization with Arnold as well, because they are living examples for me that I took as a reference.
And I think one of the things that strikes me with quite a few of those, I think of Arnold, I think of Will Smith, some of those guys who they have excelled at many things in their life, and they've changed the direction of their careers. They've kept a lot of what's there, but once they've decided that's the thing, then they're plowing themselves in and make that excellent in what they do, don't they?
Yeah, because at the end we are different persons, but we have maybe one dot in common. Yeah, maybe is to be alone, maybe it's a big challenge, maybe it's a big project, but at the end of the day, we are human beings with the common problem of being alone. Yeah, something like that, né?
So Frank, if people want to find out more, if they want to see your amazing stuff, if they want to collaborate, or if they want to maybe get some of your clothing or some of your amazing goods that are out there, where do people go to find out more?
Frank Peralta is my name in all social media: LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, in any application of social media. They can find me as Frank Peralta. You can recognize me because in all the pictures I wear my snapback cap. That is like my uniform right now. Yeah. And if the people is really interested to collaborate, please, we are open to do collaboration with the sneaker makers, sneaker designers, bag designers, people who has the ability to sew with leather sew machines. We are open to do that because we want to build a community, a strong community around the leather, because the leather is too old, like the humanity. The leather and human beings, they are together since the beginning, because we're calling, you know.
Yeah, fantastic. So we'll make sure we've got links to your website. We've got links to all the socials that are there. So, as I say with all of my guests, I do encourage my audience to go out and just contact you. Go and check out the websites, but don't be afraid to just knock on the door and drop a DM or drop a message. We're all humans, and we want to hear what you've got to say. So, and I know that's been the case with Frank. We've been on various groups and seen each other around, but I think it's the connection, and when you're actually talking to each other and you reach out and you realize, oh, I might be able to help you here, you might be able to help me in that direction. So I always encourage people to reach out and see the great stuff that others are doing and how you can collaborate as well. So, Frank, I just wanted to say this has been amazing. I can't see this being the last conversation we'll have by any means. So just continue with the great stuff. And I love how you're approaching everything that you're doing. So best of luck with all those collaborations going forward. And thanks for being on the show today, Frank Peralta.
Thank you so much. Please remember the power of asking.
Definitely. Wise words to end with there. Thanks for that, Frank.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you liked what you heard, then please give the podcast a rate, review and share. I'm Paul Teasdale, and from sausage making to banking, oil and gas to Formula One, I help people perform. If you'd like to find out more and have a conversation, contact me via helpingpeopleperform.com.